this is so Joanne the coach. I'm a teacher. I remember a little bit of a story. I'm a storyteller, I guess. When my as my brother just said, our parents are teachers, right? My mom was a primary school teacher. My dad was a high school teacher, and so one of the things I remember when I was growing up as a child, I said I will never become a teacher because teachers are poor. I said because teachers are what? They're poor. When I look around, all I see is poverty. So I said no. But God has a sense of humor, right? Because full circle, I'm not a teacher. So it's funny. God has a sense. Um, anyway, so I think I was a born teacher because my parents are teachers automatically. So I think that I got that from them. Um, but going back into the coaching, so I started coaching because I had the calling of God about 5, 6 years ago. Once I had moved into America, I came here with less than $20 and then accelerated. I got into school. I finished grad school with an MBA in international finance. And then after that, I said, now that I have my software engineering degree and I have my MBA, the next thing was I ended up landing one of my best jobs ever at ExxonMobil, right? So that's the biggest oil and gas company in the world. And I had such an amazing time over there. That was my first time seeing money that I'd never seen before in my entire life. Like that was an amazing moment. I still remember that time. Even as an intern, I was like, "Oh my god, I can't believe I'm being paid this much." Okay. Anyway, first forward, and then the pandemic hit, and I decided, well, I want to oil tanked, and I was like, I don't want to be in the oil and gas industry anymore. And so I moved into back into tech. I said, listen, I want to go back into my roots, and my roots were software engineering. So I applied for a job in Amazon. I got into Amazon. And then when I was at Amazon, guess who came calling? My dream company, Microsoft. I'd always wanted to work at Microsoft. Even when I was growing up as a child, one of the reasons why I decided to go into software engineering in the first place was because I could see Microsoft and I thought that was cute. I didn't want to be a doctor for some reason because I hate the smell of the hospital. So that wasn't my thing. Anyway, so fast forward, God, so I'm here, I'm enjoying my life, I'm like, oh my God, I'm earning good money finally, I'm no longer poor, all of that good stuff. And then God says, remember that little thing that you told me that you will go back and help your people? It's time.
And it's time to collect.
It's time to collect. And so I started feeling this feeling stronger and stronger. And I said, okay, I need to figure out what I can do. And so then that led me on a journey of, finding a coach online who was helping people, a clarity coach, a business clarity coach, to help you figure out what to do in that space. How can you launch an online business? And what kind of business did I even want to do? Because I could think of a million different things that I wanted to do. And so that is Jane Mukami, by the way. So thank you, Jane. And so I went into her class. And I'd worked with Jane before because I had a weight issue. I remember when my mom died, I had serious weight issues. I had, that's a whole other podcast as well. So we'll talk about that later. But anyway, she helped me through my weight that was going up and down, up and down, up and down. And so because I had a track record with her, then I knew that she could help me with the business side of things and becoming clear on what I wanted to do. And so and let me give God the credit. He's the one who gave me the idea because this didn't come out to me. I think just God spoke to me. I just didn't know that it was Him speaking. And so I joined her class, and then she helped me launch my very first coaching business because she said, "Hey, what is it that you do today that is so easy for you that you wouldn't have to go back to school again to learn something new? Whatever that thing is, that's what you should start a business in." And so I thought about it and I said, well, you know what? I've been helping a bunch of people get jobs left, right, and center, and I've never asked anybody to pay me anything. Anybody would come. My siblings, when they came, I helped them. Myself, a bunch of relatives, a bunch of friends, I helped them with their resumes, I helped them with everything. And then I realized that's the thing. I don't need to go learn again about this. And then I've been pretty successful on my own standing. I've worked in banking. Like my portfolio has been a portfolio of very different industries. And I've been able to pivot from one industry to the next industry and actually be very successful in
Mhm.
those industries. And so I realized that is my talent. That is what God has given me. Sometimes God asks you, what do you have in your hands? That is what I had in my hands. And so about 5 years ago is when now the John Marime coaching was born. And I said, I'm going to go at it. I didn't think it was going to work. I didn't think anybody was going to turn up. I didn't think anything, but people came. And so after that, after my very first masterclass and after my very first coaching class, I realized how much that helped people. And so that's when I became a real teacher. I realized, man, I am a teacher. I am teaching. It might not be in a traditional classroom,
Mhm.
but I am
You're
teaching
teaching.
people things that I think are obvious. They're not obvious to a lot of people. They're just obvious to me because I
Mhm.
do them all the time. But and then since then, I've been able to help thousands of people land their dream jobs, make more money, and lead fulfilling lives.